Yo, hold
Hey
up a sec,
YouTube,
Tom.
it's your boy J Miles. Today we're back on our
Nonsense over
video.
there.
Today we're doing chapter one, which is part one to this. But
So,
yeah,
what'd
so
you call me?
here it
What the?
is. Since you know
Hey,
those
what are
are
you filming me for? Knock it off!
uh
Chill
four
out,
four
man.
kids though.
Why do you
That is
care?
picking on a
I don't
grown
see
man though.
anything
Like
that says
that
you
is
can't
messed up.
record here. Enough!
Oh
Stop! Just give me a
yeah,
reason.
those are a
We
bunch of
have
kids
one?
though.
It's a free country, isn't it? Whoa!
Like yo,
Hey!
that is messed up.
What gives? You just kicked my sign over!
Ah, that was the wind, man.
Lesson
Big
one.
old gust just came through, right?
Yeah,
You see,
crazy.
bullies
Just
can be
now
a
it
pain.
whooshed right over.
I told you! Put that down! Come on!
Kids don't seem to give any fucks about people these days.
Trust me, they don't.
So much for seeing the
But
sights.
hey, I learned from the. You see, I learned my
Well,
lesson though.
You're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you?
Do you have to ask?
Sometimes kids can be pretty mean
So,
though.
anything else you want to
Yeah,
accuse
but
us
even though
of?
I'm a little mean
I'd
though,
say you
just
must
saying
be
though.
losing it,
You
Pops.
goddamn brats! I got that one! He called us goddamn brats! You picking on
Ooh,
high
that
schoolers, man?
that grown man said that right.
I just don't want you loitering in front of my
But
store!
hang on.
That's all I said, okay? So stop disturbing my customers. That part's not gonna make the video.
Wow, is that one of those new smartphone models? May I?
What the hell?
Damn, the camera on this thing's amazing, man. Your parents buy it for you?
Holy crap, he kicked Sakaki down!
You must be seeing things, kid. Anyway, your
Yeah,
smartphone's
time to
kinda
keep
dirty, don't you
teach
think?
those kids a lesson
Let me
though.
see.
Lesson one:
Hey! Give me
don't
my
be a
phone
pain
back.
to adults.
You want it back?
Like that is so wrong though.
I'll give it back, but only if you put this poor restaurant owner's sign back up first.
Asshole. You think you can fuck with us?
Oh yeah, I'm from the.
Kick your ass!
Yeah, since you know I ain't gonna say all that. Or I ain't gonna do all that cussing though. Oh yeah, those are delinquents. Since you know I did play that part before, and plus it was fun though. But yeah, I don't know why I get some of these tutorials. Since you know I know how to play that jump. Like it's pretty annoying though. The fighting's cool though. And Eureka, that's how you do it. Teach those punks a lesson, aka kids though.
That stings like a bitch!
Oh, you got that right.
These guys are monsters.
And let there be a lesson to y'all. Don't be bullies though.
Yo, was that Aikido just now? Oh, don't tell me you've been training at a secret dojo or something.
That's more of my own thing, really.
Yeah, that means I can
Figured
finally
I'd find a way to
film whatever I
hold back
want
from
since you know
punks
it's
like
Saturday. Since you know I'm finally off on Saturday since you know I had to work last Saturday.
Here, this came from
Get
one
to
of those
football
kids.
games or something like that
Recall
going
what
on
to
since
do
you know
with
it's
it.
football season. Since we know it's
Really
fall
didn't
though.
have to. But thank you.
But hey, I don't. Yeah, but hey, I don't even play football. And plus, I don't care too much about football.
Those were students from Serio High. You'd think private school kids would be better behaved, but they're just as immature.
They look like a bunch of entitled brats.
They'd learn some manners the hard way in Kamurocho.
Well,
Oh,
we've got our
true,
fair
kids. I
share
don't
of
know why
unsavory types.
some private school
The
kids
Yakuza,
tend to be
not to mention those
delinquents.
Yokohama Leomold
Yeah, I thought they were
gangsters.
well-behaved kids
Those
though. But
kids
you
were
know,
no
I got
dead
some
assholes then.
private schools still,
So
but I
they're
never went to a
selective
private
about
school.
the
But
targets.
thank the Lord, I went
Yes,
to a
they'll
public
only
school though.
harass you if they think they'll get away with it.
Because hey, private
They'll be
schools can be
back for
strict
more.
though.
I certainly
But
hope
in
not.
but
Anyway,
in
I sure
Louisiana,
am glad you stopped by.
we you know
Come to think of it, you're the only
our
ones who've ever
school
intervened.
and dress codes
I take it you're
tend to
not
be
from
pretty
around here?
strict though, like school
Yeah,
uniforms and stuff.
they'll be
Yeah,
buying
I
this
can definitely
state.
relate to
For
that
a
though.
while at least. Ever hear of a detective agency
Yeah, I was
called
living in
Yokohama
California, but
99?
we didn't have to wear a school
You're on our
uniform and all
radar
this
right
stuff. But by
now.
the time when I
I'm afraid
moved
that
back to
doesn't ring a
Louisiana where I
bell.
was born,
That's all right.
it was brutal though.
If
Because at
anything, we should
the
get going.
wear
Sure.
a school uniform until
but
I
before
graduated.
that, please take this with you. Consider it a token of my gratitude.
So enough of all that. Since we know I gotta head to Yokohama 99 though. And here it is.
Yokohama 99. Yeah, that's the place.
Whoa, not too shabby, guys.
He's totally right. Not too shabby. Yeah.
Yo.
Ah, if it isn't the man of the hour, Yagami-shi.
Yep, I can definitely tell those are like good dudes though. They're like
Gentlemen,
detectives.
welcome. How are you?
Yeah, my man
This
Segura.
guy. First, he falls off the radar. Now he's got this sweet office.
Whoa, got some good moves though.
Little shit.
Like
You're
Bravo.
still quick as a thief. Maybe a little quicker, actually.
Well, I'd say thief isn't very fair.
It was stealing.
Yeah, don't you mean a former thief?
You know I wasn't doing it to line my own pockets, right? We took from the powerful and
But
gave to
even
the
though
powerless.
he's
It
a
was
good guy
altruism.
inside
And it's
though.
all in the past now, so let's just leave it at that.
The place is nice, though. It's kind of familiar, even.
It should be. You're our inspiration, Yagami Detective Agency. You guys are the goal. For sure. So, how about you guys take a load off? If you're ready, I'll give you guys the briefing.
Say what? A briefing, man?
Let him go over what we know.
I've actually got an agenda for today's meeting, too.
An agenda?
Just roll with it. Give him a chance. All the detective talk has made him go a little overboard. I'm sure it'll work itself out.
It's all good.
Totally true.
Imitation really is the sincerest form of flattery.
To sum up why we called you, we've been seeing a major upward trend with these kinds of cases. What do you think? Care to take a wild guess?
I'll give you a hint. It's not a problem you'd find in Kamurocho.
So, it's specific to Yokohama?
I know. It's gang warfare. The outfits running Chinatown are at each other's throats, and you guys sort out the aftermath.
Well, we did just hear about the Yokohama Ryuman. They're a gang, right?
Yeah, the Yokohama Liu, whatever. Bet they're stirring up shit as we speak.
Actually, we haven't run into any gang-related activity at all. No, what we're dealing with isn't so conspicuous. I'll just tell you, it's bullying.
Bullying?
Sometimes parents ask us for evidence to prove their child was bullied. Fairly often, they want these bullies taken to court immediately.
They'll also want to hold the schools accountable. But none of that happens without solid proof.
How old are these kids?
Most of them are in middle school.
Middle school?
Shows
Don't
that
you mean
boys
high
at that
school?
age experience a sudden spike in testosterone. This leads to outbursts to assert dominance.
Yeah, they pretty
compounded
much
by
look
the
like in high
irrationality
school,
of an
but
immature
I think they're
brain.
kind of in middle school though.
Scientifically,
I'ma
this
say
potent
13
mix of
or
impulses
14.
often manifests as bullying.
Well, 13 to 14.
I call that puberty.
But that would apply
True,
specifically
puberty.
to boys, right? You're getting cases with girls involved too, aren't you?
Ah, with girls, it's more likely rooted in oxytocin, a brain hormone that also has links to bullying. See, oxytocin fosters feelings of attachment, regardless of your gender. For instance, scientists have observed that a mother's oxytocin levels surge when looking at her child.
And then it's not always a bad thing, is what you're saying.
Indeed. Did you know it was oxytocin that enabled cooperation among our primitive ancestors? Ancient matriarchs were particularly vulnerable during childbirth, thus requiring communal support. So you could kinda say the survival and reproduction of our species was largely oxytocin at work. After all, raising a child in the wilderness would have been impossible alone. However, this intense social need bore a dark side. Individuals who failed to contribute were shunned and eventually condemned. Let's say there was a villager who never put in his fair share. All he did was eat the crops. If that became the norm, nobody would work until the village was on the brink of starvation.
And by then it'd be too late.
Precisely. That's why these offenders were punished. Primitive as it was, punishment equated to justice, a necessary measure for society's greater good. And societies with a stricter sense of justice were the ones who endured in the long run. To put this into focus, these people are our direct ancestors.
So from a science perspective, modern-day bullying is just primitive?
More like it's hardwired into our nature.
Hormones are fucked up, huh?
I wouldn't chalk it up to just that. However, we humans do tend to reject what's foreign to us. Whether we're socially awkward or simply misunderstood, those who don't conform are ostracized. That's how it's been since time immemorial. The misfits of civilization are deserving of punishment.
Oh yeah, true.
All over
Kids,
the world,
kids
no
need to
matter
be,
where or
need to be
when.
punished though, instead of being brats though. Plus, hey, I got punished for a bunch of times though because
Looks like you
hey,
guys have been doing
I was
your
like a
homework
bad
lately.
kid though. You
Tsukumo-kun's
feel
the
me?
one hitting the books. I'm more in charge
Yeah,
of
but
the
even though
fieldwork.
Makes sense.
I got older though. Because hey,
Here's another fun fact while we're at it.
kids will be kids
An
though.
act of betrayal also increases the human urge to punish the offender. In those cases, the act of punishment floods the brain with dopamine, triggering an instant rush of pleasure. In other words, serving justice can feel just as good as eating or having sex.
Oh, don't mention about
Sure.
that part.
But that's where we have to draw the line. Justice can't be twisted into joy, or it stops serving its purpose.
Very perceptive, Yagamishi.
So, back to reality. What's this big case that needs all the manpower?
Ah, yes. Our client is the chairman of a private school. He wants us to scour the campus for any and all instances of bullying, leaving no stone unturned. That said, he also requires us to be discreet.
How big is this school?
Let's see, there are 6 classes per grade, making 18 in total. So approximately 600 students. Given that,
Whoa,
Tsukiyoshi and I couldn't possibly
100
vet them
students.
alone.
Yeah, I
We'll
bet there's
be
gonna be
meeting the
a few
chairman in a
kids though.
restaurant tonight to lay out the specifics.
Which is pretty enough
How
though.
about the two of you
Kind of
come
similar
join us?
to my high
We could
school.
use the help.
We got about 200, 300,
For
or
a couple of
400
rookies, you
kids
sure
though.
have it
Us.
together.
You guys are free until dinner. Oh, we already made the reservations in Chinatown, by the way. Think of it as a little welcoming party. The restaurant's name is Kyoinro. If you could meet us there, that'd be great.
Sure. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, it looks like we gotta go to Kayo Nora or something like that. I don't freaking understand though. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a long walk though. And also, I already gotta focus on, upgrading my moves though. But it's very, very important though.
Really, guys?
But yeah, I'm a chick though. Yep, I got the skills right here. Since I do know that I gotta upgrade my health, which is very important though. Since I'm gonna be doing some upgrading, since we know by the time when I got the game, whew, I used to rush the game like pretty bad though until I finally learned my lesson though. Since it's like playing the side missions though. But in Lost Judgment, those side missions, like a lot, can be super long though. So that's why I gotta play it smart though. Like for real though.
What a waste.
But it's not that bad of a walk though. Like just saying though. Like what the heck? Shit, let's see where I should be going. Yeah, should be going that way though. Yeah, just a little more further though.
Ditching
Still got time though. Since since I have to edit out, I think part 3 to this. Since I know it's gonna be part 4, but I remember last time I was like knocked out like crazy though. The good thing I edited out being for me being knocked out because I was fast asleep though for a bit though. Just hey,
Really,
usually
guys?
sometimes I like stay up all night though, but not too much since I pretty much getting older. Since it's pretty hard when you're trying to stay up all night though. Because hey, sleep is important though. Since I gotta take care of these punks though.
What a waste.
Like Lost Judgment is totally hardcore though.
Great.
Boom! Knocked his bones off. And shabam.
And stay down.
Kyoinro. Looks like this is it.
Are you almost here, Yagamishi? We went ahead and sat down.
Actually, we're right out front.
Excellent. Just give the host my name.
Will do.
Yeah, I bet it's a
Was this
restaurant
the
though.
same guy living in a net
Oh yeah,
cafe
PS. I
not
did
too
play
long
that
ago?
part 2 though.
He sure has come a long way.
Yeah, at this rate, he'll leave us in the dust.
Moment of truth.
Without further ado, allow me to introduce Yagamishi and Kaito-san, the gentlemen I mentioned before. They are, without a doubt, the finest private eyes in Kamurocho.
Ah, yes. Tsukumo-san here has certainly been singing your praises. My name is Okuda. I'm the chairman of a private high school, Serio, if you've heard of it.
I think it's more like a principal. Yeah, Ultraman tends to act like
Serio,
they're a principal, but
isn't
they're
that
not
where those
though.
kids were from?
Yeah, one's from earlier.
Is something the matter?
We actually ran into some of your students today. There must have been 7, 8 of them. They were harassing a restaurant worker and recording it on their phone.
Yeah, that is totally wrong though. Like, why would
And
why
I'm
like why would
guessing
you
you didn't
harass
just stand and
seat,
watch?
a worker
You
though?
bet your ass we did. Had
If
to
I was
knock a loose
them,
sense
then
with those brats.
I'll politely
mean there
respect
was
them.
an altercation?
But sometimes I
I,
but
perhaps
sometimes
I
I
should pretend
did,
not to have heard that.
disrespect
Come on,
a
pal.
coworker just a
Why
bit
don't we
though.
cut the
But
formal crap and tell it like it
but
is?
not like that though. But for right
Because
now, but I
that'd
never
be
ever
unprofessional,
did
Kaito-san.
try to disrespect them.
Chairman, we'd
I gotta
like
be
to start
nice
investigating
to them,
tomorrow. So would you mind sharing any background information you may have?
Certainly, yes. Our administration has a very firm stance against bullying. Yet no policy is foolproof, and each situation is unique. We continually ask ourselves, are we taking proper measures to foster a supportive environment? Or, if enmity is already prevalent among the student body, are we addressing their concerns promptly enough? I believe the key is prevention. Stop bullying before it starts.
And you're hiring detectives to help?
Oh, yes. See, as this thought was dawning on me, I happened across a sign.
Yeah, like I said though, this
Yokohama
restaurant
99.
seems pretty awesome and cool at the same
I
time.
visited your webpage, actually, and I discovered just how well versed you were at this very matter. At that moment, I knew fate was guiding my hand.
Sounds like you walked right out of a commercial.
In most situations we've dealt with, we knew who the problem was beforehand. All we needed to do was get the evidence. But in this case, we don't even know if there's a bully in the first place.
Hence why we called in the reinforcements.
So, I take it you have some sort of plan?
Of course. We're going to start by spreading hidden cameras throughout the school, anywhere that bullying is most likely to occur.
Oh yeah, true.
This
PS,
footage should provide a
PS,
detailed snapshot
PSA
of
gotta
student
have
interaction that
security
would
cameras
otherwise go
though.
unnoticed. Then, after a 2-week test run, we'll compile our data and present our initial analysis.
Nothing beats a
Yeah,
good
which is pretty
old-fashioned
smart
spy
thinking
cam.
though.
Yes, but if one of these spy cams were found, the whole operation could be compromised. As such, our pair of experts are intimately familiar with the complexities of human behavior, ensuring these cameras remain hidden.
Damn, you make me want to hire us.
This secret stays between you and us, Chairman. Not even the guards or teachers can know. Do I have that correct?
You do. I believe the more people who know, the more likely it is this would get out. At any rate, I've heard Yagami-san here has tackled many a difficult case in Kamurocho. I'm glad to have such a reliable detective on the job. You have my full confidence and backing.
They just keep raising the bar on us, don't they?
So, Yagami-shi, if there's anything you'd like to ask the chairman, now's your chance.
Hey, good idea. You might learn a thing or two from watching the master at work.
Way to put me on the spot, guys. But might as well.
Yeah, it looks like I got a question. This chairman right here. I'm gonna say the answer right here.
So, we never actually resolved this, but we did get into a scuffle with your students. No one got hurt, but how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm afraid I have to remain ignorant of that.
Fine. But let me tell you one thing. Next time I see your students harassing someone, it's gonna be lights out. The kitty gloves are off.
That also part of the Yagami Detective Agency package?
I'm gonna say. Why go so
Could
far
you
as
elaborate
her
on why
and
you're
the
going the
detective?
detective route for this?
Like I said, my goal is to nip any bullying in the bud before it can grow any worse.
And it's not enough for the teachers to be on full alert?
Unfortunately, no. I'm afraid I can't fully trust whatever they jot down on some report.
Actually, you can't trust the detectives. PS, they're pretty smart though.
Kuda-san, you
Like
mentioned you couldn't
Yagami.
trust your teacher's reports. Why is that?
Human error, I suppose.
But hey, just saying though.
Behavior can be ambiguous, and it is difficult to notice every little detail.
Your first response seemed to hint at something else.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it did.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Where should I begin? You see, folks, it has been almost 4 years since the suicide of one of our students. The poor boy hung himself at home.
You mean because he was being bullied?
Not on paper, at least.
Ooh, good thing I was a loner. Way back in high school. Well, I'm mostly a loner, but even though
Neither did the court.
gotta hang out with my true
Wait,
friends until I
you were
see them
taken to
though.
court?
Not them fake
Yes.
kinds.
One of the students' parents filed a lawsuit.
Yep, and that's the
Now,
reason why
there
I
were
was pretty much a
online
loner in high
postings
school. But
that
hey,
may or
I hung
may
out
not
with
have
some true
hinted
friends
at bullying.
at school though.
But the prosecution never
not too many
found
friends, though.
substantial evidence. And the
Ugh.
court ruled we were in the clear.
If I can ask your honest opinion, was there really no bullying, Chairman?
I would like to believe there wasn't. But I may have been too far removed from the classroom to say that in good faith. Every day I watch our students come to school, and what I see are young, happy kids. They're all so full of life, with bright futures ahead of them. However, around 2 months ago, we lost contact with one of our student teachers. Everyone assumes it's a mental health issue.
The hell? Don't tell me he got picked on too.
That could have been the case, but I didn't get enough details to say for sure. From what I'd observed, he appeared to be getting along quite well with the students. But I later heard his family had reported him missing. At the end of the day, I'm asking you to shed light on the darkness that's plagued my school. That is why I went the detective route.
Yeah, enough all
I
that.
think this
Since I'm
conversation
gonna
has
keep
been
on
enlightening.
going
Any
through the
thoughts,
questions
Tsukumo?
though.
What else is there? I suppose we'll have to see when we get there. We may have more questions then.
That would be fine.
But even though,
All right then. Time to dig
to
in
be
or
honest
what?
though,
Are
I
you
used to
really
get bullied
pretending you
sometimes
waited?
though, but not
You've
too
been nibbling
much.
this whole time.
You call this nibbling?
Because
Hey,
hey,
waiter! I want to
I'm a
place an order.
I'm a
And tell
true
your
mostly
chef,
loner though.
I hope his kitchen can handle this heat.
I take it this place isn't exactly cheap.
Don't you worry about that, Yagami.
Oh yeah, more like
The bill's
expensive
on
though.
us. It's your welcoming party, remember?
In that case. Excuse me. I'm ready to order too.
Yeah, it looks like I gotta do this case file though.
So, how was that for your first day's work? I realize that meeting was a lot to take in, but the task at hand seems pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah. What was that you said about using hidden cameras?
Tomorrow we'll be deciding where to put them. We don't have all that many, so you know. Oh, and we'll be dressed as AC repairmen.
What? You gonna make us wear uniforms?
Of course. Freshly laundered and ready for duty. As you may recall, only the chairman is aware of our investigation. We must therefore deceive both student and faculty.
Sounds like a plan to me. For now, let's call it a night.
You've got a point there. In any case, try to make yourselves at home. Apologies in advance if you find our amenities wanting.
Yep, looks like I gotta it looks like I gotta go through those case files though.
This sucks.
Yeah.
No way!
Nah.
Oh yeah, PS. I remember when I did get a
Yagami-san.
skateboard. It'll be easier to ride though instead of doing all this running and walking though.
Hey!
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Nah. Yeah.
Yep, I finally got a skateboard though.
Can you?
Since it's my first ASI case right here.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, better yet, I'm gonna do this since I gotta hurry to episode Pawn though. Yeah, it pretty much reminds me of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater video games though. I did play it on the Nintendo 64. Even though I used to skateboard all the time, but even though I'm pretty terrible at it. Yeah, I gotta find a way how to make this direction do it the right way. Yeah. And I finally made it though. Like hallelujah. And that was
Excuse me.
easy enough. Did you like it though? That's why I like Lost Judgment though, because it'll give you a skateboard, and also, but in first sequel, Judgment, you don't get a skateboard or nothing though.
No way.
Nasty man. Looks like we gotta defeat this. Yeah, I'm gonna use my X boots. Yes, that's the only way to do it though. Since I still got a lot of upgrading to do though.
Hey.
Yep,
Oh. Are you serious?
I owe you one.
Yep, I completed my first side case. Yeah, I should call it a night. Oh, yeah, so as this gameplay for chapter 1, which is part 1 to Lost Judgment, yeah. Well, guys, that's all for part 1, which is chapter 1 to this, or something like that. YouTube, if you're new to the channel, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. And also, hit the notification bell if you have a chance. Anything to avoid. G-Miles, peace out.